In this video, we are going to talk about another loop, which is nothing but a for loop. Okay. So if you have a set of objects, okay, if you have a set of objects and you want to perform an action on top of those set of objects, then we normally go with this for loops. Okay. If you have a set of objects and you want to iterate over the set of objects and do a particular action, then we normally go for loop. So for loop, how does it looks like? The syntax is for keyword and a temporary variable name in the list of values and mention the actions that you want to do within that particular for statement. Okay. For example, let's say I have a list of fruits here. Okay. I have apple, banana, and cherry. Okay. So for each item within this particular fruits, so what in order to get each item, for x in fruits, what does it do in essence? For each iterator, first it takes apple. If apple is equal to banana, no, print apple. Next it takes banana. Banana is banana, yes. You can use break or continue, or you can. It is not mandatory to use this if statement. If you want to print, you can print banana, or if you want to come out of this loop, make use of break. Or if you want to continue with the next iteration, go with continue. Okay. Next comes cherry. Cherry in fruits. Okay. So this will not be executed. Now cherry will be printed over here. Okay. This is how things work. So I'll just show you how normally the iterations of for loop works. Okay. So let's say I have list. Okay. So list is equal to, let's say I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So I have to take for each value, right? So for I temporary variable in list. So what is happening? I'm going to print I. That means I is taking each value for each iterator within the list. So when I execute, so it is automatically incrementing and taking each value from this particular list. So when I execute, see, the values are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Suppose I have another statement where list is equal to, okay, so list is equal to what we will take in the sense. I'll take up this one, which is nothing but 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay. So I want to perform multiplication of all these values, the product of all these values. So what I'm doing in this sense, I'm taking the product, temporary variable product. Okay, this is a global variable. Global variable is what you are using, which will be used globally across the code. What is temporary variable? If you are using a variable within a particular loop or within a set of condition, if statement, or if you are using creating a variable within a set of conditional loops, or if you are using an iteration loops and you want to use it locally, that's a local variable, but this is a global variable. So this you are equating to 1. Okay. So initially for each element in list, initially what the value will be 10. Product is equal to product into element. So product is equal to 1 into 10, 20. Okay. Next value will be 20. 20 into what was the previous value? 20, 400. So the next value will be 30. 30 into 400. 30 into 400, 12,000. 12,000 into next value will be 40. So what is the value? It's 40, then and it will get multiplied by 50. So what is the value of this? If you see, this is somewhere around 1 crore 20 lakhs. The value is 1 crore 20 lakhs. So this is how we are trying to do the values. You're going to print the values. So for suppose I want to do, okay, I will take up the same list. Okay. I will take up the same list. Okay. So I'm going to make use of for I in list. Okay. What I want to do is equal to I is what I'll take in this is I is equal to I into 5. So I'm making a product of 5. I'm multiplying each and every value with 5. Okay. Print I. Okay. So now what is happening? See, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. This is how the values are being taken. That means for each iteration, it is going to increment itself and it is going to pick up the value from the list of values. That's how it is going to use it. Okay. So suppose if I want to, let's say if I is equal to 3, I don't want to print any value. Okay. So what will I do? If I is equal to 3 colon, I will write continue. I don't want to print only for that particular iteration. So I make use of continue command. So this 15 should not be printed for me. If I is equal to 3, so what will happen? I don't want to print the value, even it is calculated, but I don't want to print the value, but I want to continue from the next element. So what is happening here? You just see I is equal to, if I is equal to, okay, it is getting modified here, right? So what I will do, I'll try to change the sequence of statements. Okay, so now you see 15 will not be executed. If I is equal to 3, then you continue. You don't execute this block of code. That's why 15 was not appearing, but other values are being appearing. Okay, this is the use of continue. But suppose if you want to break, okay, you will get only 5 and 10. Other values will not come because the break statement will come out of the if and for loop. That's the reason that statement, the execution comes out of the for loop. That's the reason you will not have other sequence continuation and other values will not be printed. So when you execute, you see the values are 5 and 10. Okay. So similarly, I don't want to mention 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values, list of values. Rather, I want to make use of a range function. Okay. I want to make use of a range function. So for I in range of 6. Okay. What does the range function do in the sense? It takes the value from 0, okay, from 0 till 5, 0 to n minus 1. Okay. And when you see print the values of y, I, so what is happening? Print I, if you see, it is going to print you 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Range function has multiple parameters. Okay. For suppose, I'm just copying this code. Okay. For suppose, I have something like, I want to start with 1 and end with 6. See, I'm starting with 1 and ending with 6 in the sense n minus 1. That's the reason it is 5. Previously, it was also n minus 1 and this is also n minus 1. That's the reason it is showing t5. Okay. So suppose I want to skip the values by 2. Okay. Or I want to step the values. I just want to print by 1, 3, and 5. Okay. If I want to print the values by by a certain value, so what will happen in this sense? I'll just start with 1, 6, or I'll take with 0, 6, and I want to just print 0 to 4. Okay. So I give step value as 2. See what is the value of this? The value of this is 0, 2, and 4. Because I'm increasing the value, I'm just taking the value by 2 times. 0, 2, 4. I'm taking the alternate values. So when I take alternate values, it's nothing but stepping ahead by 2 times. So that's the reason it takes as 2, 0, 2, 4. Suppose if you see, if you give 3, 0 and 3 will be appearing because you are incrementing by 3, right? So 0, when you execute this one, you see 0, 3 will be executed. So this is how the range function works. The first parameter is nothing but the start value, end value minus 1, and this is the step value, how much you want to step ahead. When you are providing only 2 parameters, This is start value and end value minus 1. If you are mentioning this only single value, this is nothing but end value minus 1. This is how the for loop works. So this has been we normally use it at many places. This is one of the iterator loop normally which we execute very frequently. So just keep practicing and let us know if you have any questions.